Howdy doody folks, another quick installment on the Midget 1500 fuel injection project. A quick leak test of my homebrew plumbing fitting fuel rail. I pumped this up to 4.5 bar. Got a couple of leaks at these compression fittings I've got at the end. We'll address those and have another go. Looks like my soldering was successful though. There's a win. Finally, we are back. Oh, one of those 5-minute jobs that takes 2 hours. If you're watching this, you probably own a classic car and you will know what I'm talking about. A leak at this end, tightened up the union, yeah, no problem. The one at this end, tightened it up, still leaked, tightened it up, still leaked. Okay, maybe the olive's duff, take it all apart. I had to unsolder the pipe to get the olive out, new olive, new union, still leaked, got pissed off and soldered the whole bloody lot together. So, yeah, it's never coming apart, but it's not leaking anymore. So, a plumber, that's another thing that I am not. Put that on the disclaimer. So, I had it pumped up to about 4 or so bar, but one of the injector seals started leaking a little bit. They're not held in very well, so the pressure's dropped down to about 3.2 bar, and appears to be holding firm. I'll leave that in the tub for, I don't know, half an hour or so whilst I have a cup of tea, but as it is now, it looks like we have an airtight and thus petrol tight fuel rail. I've slightly lost track as to how long this has been in here. Ages. The water level in the sink has gone down, but the pressure has stayed at about 3.2, so we're good. Excellent. Just a quick chat on the construction of the fuel rail whilst I've got it here. I've used 15mm plumbing, domestic copper plumbing pipe because it has a 15mm OD and a 0.7 or a 0.75mm, depending on what you end up with, wall thickness, which gives you a 13.5 or 13.6mm ID, which suits the injectors perfectly. It needs to be 13.5 ideally, but 13.6 is close enough. It's also rated up to 10 bar, so plenty good enough for a 3 bar fuel system. On this end, we've got an 8mm hose tail soldered into this adapter, which is then compression fitting. The injector ports, I've used my brake pipe flaring tool and its largest adapter to just put a bit of a flare on there so the injectors slide in nicely. And then on this end, it's just a standard compression fit bleed or drain valve. Because it's a dead end system, I need a way of just venting the air out of this end of the fuel rail. It's the one little bit of concern I've got about it long term would be the seals in this valve, but as a short term solution should work quite nicely. Wrapping things up on the fuel system under the back end of the car. Pump is now properly mounted. I've moved that down slightly just to try and help with the hose routing, avoiding the clash with this Armstrong damper here. And I've put a 90-degree elbow in there to just tidy things up and keep it away from the prop shaft. Everything kind of clipped in as best I can. Fuel pressure regulator and things tied back to the tank. All good under here, hopefully. Hose needs tidying up going to the engine bay. And a quick thanks to Willie Revy for the discussion on the pressure regulator and the vacuum hose. Decided to get rid of that vacuum hose and leave the ECU to figure out what fueling the engine needs based on constant fuel pressure. Yeah, long story short, it's just one less variable for the ECU to have to deal with. So the varying fuel pressure with vacuum, run a constant pressure and see where we go from there. That's all from now, so bye for now.